Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Appreciate you joining us here on Northern Life. We want to start the show giving a quick shout out up the North Shore in Silver Bay where Karen is tuning in. Karen, I believe the future grandmother-in-law of Northern News Now's Natalie Hepner after her recent engagement.
Yes, otherwise known as Derek's grandma, right? Is that how that works?
I believe so.
Okay, yep. Derek's grandma. So a huge shout out to you. I know you're very excited about that. And you love watching all of us on here too. So thank you, Karen.
Thanks
you
for
rock.
watching. Yes. Also, the infamous thing that happened on the 4 p.m. Probably a number of weeks ago now.
Yeah.
But my job sometimes is to create the teases to commercials. Anna Olfeld does a fantastic job producing our show. But I thought it said that it has bad days in Silver Bay was your celebration during the summer. However, it is Bay Days in Silver Bay. So I wrote in the big text going to commercial, bad days in Silver Bay.
Oh,
so
we
we all talk to each other in the commercial like, Ryan, it's Bay Days.
It's Bay Days,
yeah,
you know, right? You felt so bad for that too. You came back after the break and you apologized.
If anybody from Silver Bay is still watching our show and our 4 p.m. after that day, I thank you very much for still having some faith in my commercial tease ability.
We ourselves have some bad days every once in a while. So there you go. That's just how it works.
I was having a bad day here in Canal Park that day.
We're humans.
Yeah, but thanks for tuning in, Karen. Also, congratulations on the engagement for your grandson, that is.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, so yesterday we showed you the Sasquatch calling contest in the state of Maine. And so speaking about our 4 p.m. producer, Anna, she was telling us, since she is a Grand Rapids, Minnesota native, about how Grand Rapids, Minnesota hosts what I did not know, the Minnesota Bigfoot Conference. So it's actually coming up in October. This will, it sounds like, be the 6th conference, according to their Facebook page, being held at Timberlake Lodge.
We might have to get an interview with these folks because I want to know what that's all about.
Get an invite, too.
Yeah, get an invite.
Yeah.
I've actually heard of this before because we talked to the leader, I guess, the head Sasquatch person. Every single year on KQDS, we talk to them on the morning show. So I've heard of that before, but I'd love to learn more about what exactly they're all about. What do they do at the conference? It's interesting.
If they're like Bigfoot themed, food or drinks too, that'd be cool.
Maybe a lot of hair on food or something like that. I don't know.
Well, maybe not so good.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
no,
yeah. Leave it to Timberlake Lodge to provide the catering. Well, staying in Grand Rapids, I actually had the chance to watch that new Ruby Red-Handed documentary that's on Hulu. It's about the theft of the famous ruby red slippers from the Judy Garland Museum in Grand Rapids. I would say it's definitely worth the watch. It's about an hour and a half. It takes you through all the steps. How the ruby red slippers were found after the filming of Wizard of Oz, how they were obtained, and then obviously how they were stolen, and then how the FBI and the Grand Rapids Police Department ultimately got them back. An incredible tale. It'll also take you to the inside the auction too when those got auctioned off.
Oh, did you actually recognize anything or any people in there from around this area?
Well, I've been to the Judy Garland Museum. They have members of the Grand Rapids Police Department that are in there, some folks from Grand Rapids. We got to talk with Jeannie Heights, who I believe is the executive director of that museum. She was in that documentary. We got to talk with her on the 4 p.m. the other day. So it's cool to see Minnesota broadcast like that on the national stage.
Yeah.
I think sadly there were some parts where it kind of made Minnesotans look, I don't know what the word is for it, like with our accent.
It's like a Fargo situation.
Yeah, kind of making fun of us a little bit, but
I can see that.
It did a good job. Yeah.
Okay.
As our director Shania said, stereotypical Minnesota.
Stereotypical, yes, I can see that.
But it was a good watch. I'd say definitely worth the watch.
It's one of the coolest things up here that's famous about Minnesota, at least northern Minnesota, is the Judy Garland Museum.
Yeah.
That is a very cool thing if you're able to go check that out if you've never seen it before, definitely.
Yeah, and if you don't remember how much they sold for, I'm not going to give it away, but a lot of money.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I forget.
A lot of money. I'll tell you during the commercial break.
Okay.
Well, let's get to some new research which found the average American second guesses 41% of their daily decisions. It is tiring. 1 in 8 are even greater overthinkers, which contemplate nearly every decision they make. That survey by herbal wellness brand Traditional Medicinals found that the average person makes about 50 decisions in a day, totaling just shy of 1.5 million choices made in a lifetime. 1 in 4 people also admitted that they often get overwhelmed with choices in the grocery store.
Boy, that's true. There's something to be said about just making a decision and then not thinking about anything surrounding that decision and just doing it. Because once I start second guessing myself, that's just where it all starts going down.
Just a spiral.
Yeah, it's horrible. Anxiety,
I could feel the grocery store aisle too, especially if you're getting something that maybe is on a recipe that you need, or if somebody else requests you to get something, you go, well, are they going to think of me differently if I get the non-brand?
Yeah,
or should I, pony up the $2 more to get the name brand stuff?
Sure. It is weird, isn't it? It's
Lot to think about.
It is.
Lot to think about. But staying with the decisions too, according to a different study, gut feelings, prayers, and guess what? Pure vibes are influencing Americans' major decisions. That poll was conducted for Life Insurance Awareness Month. 2 in 5 Gen Z adults based these choices on social media posts, and a similar number of millennials said it was due to cosmic signs from the universe. Respondents said following these holistic signs have helped them choose new jobs, decide where to move, and when to end a relationship.
Normally I would say that we're not going to make it as a human race at this point based on that story, but I think that that's actually got some validity to it.
I think it has a lot of validity.
Yeah.
I think the thing I don't want to say hate, maybe that's a strong word, maybe despise, it's probably equally a bad word.
Sure, that's all right.
I feel like a lot of kids our age use the word vibes.
Yes,
so I'm getting a bad vibe off of this thing.
It's just
you got good vibes to you.
Why do we hate that?
I think it maybe just, it requires less detail when talking about something.
Sure, yeah. You got to get the whole scope of what's going on versus just vibes, and you definitely use that. You can take the vibes into account, but definitely use other things as well, not just solely based on vibes.
We got good vibes here.
We do.
Well, hey, how about this decision? Connecticut, known for a lot of things, but now the state is also home to the world record holder for the most pairs of Crocs. Doogie Sandtiger wearing those Crocs started as a necessity. Today has over 3,800 pairs and counting, which is a Guinness World Record. Also being featured in the 2026 version of the Guinness World Records book.
Do you think he actually wears all those Crocs, like switches them out every single day?
I hope he at least cleans them.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's
a lot of shoes. Well, hey, coming up, a special connection on a Wisconsin school bus. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We could always use an assist, a little support on this Thursday. And how about this in Milwaukee, an elephant.
What?
I might need an assist with my speech. An elephant at the Milwaukee County Zoo needed some assistance to get off the ground. Ruth, the elephant, apparently could not get up on her own, so the zoo used a front end loader with hay to provide a little push for the elephant. She had been on the ground, sadly, for more than an hour before that assistance.
Oh my gosh, looks like me getting out of bed every single morning. I could use a forklift to get out of bed every day. That's nuts, though. How do they get up, I guess? I've never thought about that with elephants.
I don't know. Do they sleep standing up then?
And is that a myth with horses, too?
Because horses...
But you don't want to get back into horse talk. That was a year ago.
A horse or a pony?
Yeah, right?
Horses can get up easily.
I think so.
I guess I just don't know about elephants. I've never seen an elephant... I don't know if I've ever seen an elephant lay down. I would assume they lay down.
I would think so.
Maybe it sounded like Ruth might be a little older elephant. I think possibly born in the 1980s. So yeah, as our director Shania is saying, her joints might not work so well.
Sure. So she's got to do the old rock to get out of the chair versus just getting out of the chair.
Yeah, we need a couple of rocks.
Yeah. Oh, Ruth. Sorry, Ruth. Sorry about that, Ruth. Let's get to a unique story involving a Wisconsin school bus driver and the students who have traveled on her bus through the years.
As Kim Ledholm reports, the school bus driver drove the parents to school each day when they were in middle and high school, and now she is driving their daughter to school each day on those same roads.
Adeline Deck waits for the school bus.
It's relaxing almost. Sometimes the bus gets just so loud though.
Like thousands of students will in just a few days.
Just nervous about what I'm gonna learn, how the kids in the class will be, how my teachers will be.
But this route has a familiar face for Adeline before she even makes it to school.
My motto is if you ride my bus, I consider you one of my own kids.
Jill Radke is driving Adeline's route.
I never thought bus driver would drive a bus so long.
It's, heartwarming, for me at least.
Because years ago, Jill was also Adeline's parents' bus driver.
Brings back memories, though.
Yeah, it does. Even the smell.
So many years since I've been on a bus.
We sat right next to each other and started chit-chatting, and before you know it, we'd hang out after getting off the bus.
She's getting close to the driveway and we weren't out there, that horn would come on, absolutely.
They just met on the bus and they continued to date, and now we're here.
Jill driving the parents on the nearly 1 hour ride to and from school.
Oh, riding the bus in middle school. I mean, started in 6th grade. Had some very exciting times on the bus.
I'd sit there and, I'd be driving, looking up, wondering what they're doing back there.
As the years went,
I saw 2 young kids from middle school all the way through high school develop, evolve, grow up, change.
And now,
I ride the bus.
it's a full circle moment, starting on these same roads just a few decades ago. In Eau Claire County, Kim Leadholm, WEAU 13 News.
Oh, that's a sweet story.
I like when things come full circle like that. She can't be that old, though, because she doesn't look much older than the 2 parents.
No, I don't
either.
think she looks that old. And, I forgot the young girl's name there, but she's like, yeah, I didn't think somebody would drive a bus for that long.
Just calls her old. Right? Whoa, easy there, young girl.
I got to ask, Hunter, I know you're from the area, so this might call you out a little bit.
Sure, let's hear it.
Did you ever have like a school bus crush? Like somebody on the bus who you just like, you were excited to talk to every day?
Well, for the most of it, it was just me and my brother. So as far as I know, no, it was nothing weird going on there. But
whoa.
But it really wasn't that many kids on the bus. It was me and my brother and a few of our friends. So I would say probably not on the bus.
All right, cool.
What about you?
Well, now we're gonna have to call up Colton and get his.
A lot more questions.
A lot more questions. I'd say yeah. I mean, like as a kid, like you're excited to talk to somebody.
Yes.
And then as kids do, they usually pick different seats, and you go like, what was so wrong about me that like you switch seats? But truly, they probably just wanted a better seat.
Yes. Did you ever have the oligarchy? Maybe might be the word, or maybe that's not the right word, but where the young kids had to sit in the front and the older kids were in the back, and they ruled the back.
You waited until you got. I don't know if your bus had it the one-seater position in the back right of the bus. Yeah.
That was the place to be.
That was always cool.
Oh my gosh, that was the best.
Yeah.
I miss the school bus.
Fun days. Well, let's stay in Wisconsin. How about this longtime tradition? The annual Cow Chip Parade rolled through Prairie du Sac, featuring music and floats celebrating the region's agricultural roots. People along the parade route mentioning traveling from surrounding states just to attend it.
Now, cow chips, that's feces, right?
I believe so.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there's not actual feces in the parade?
It looks like they do.
They do? Okay.
It looks like they're throwing them out.
Well, they actually do throw them out.
And they have the throw as well.
No way!
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
It's worth attending. I
Sure,
think. Yeah.
definitely.
Well, hey, as we head to break here, a little more serious note, we do want to take the moment to talk about how this month is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. Now, suicide, obviously complex, influenced by many interconnected factors. Knowing the warning signs of suicide can save lives, and you can find more help and resources at samhsa.gov. Obviously important to take the time to talk about that.
Very important for sure.
Hey, coming up, we are talking football. It is Football Night in America when we return.
Welcome back, folks. Tonight here on Northern News Now, we are starting the NFL season with the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Should be interesting here, Ryan. It's the Thursday Night Football on NBC. You can find coverage starting at 6 p.m. for Football Night in America right here on Northern News Now. I'm just realizing I got to start making my picks on my fantasy football thing going on.
Yeah, you got to start putting people in your lineup.
Are you in that again this year?
I am not.
You're not, Ryan?
I'm not. You know,
Okay.
Hunter, I've come to just realize that I'm terrible at fantasy football. So, I could have given Dan and the team a couple of $10, $20, how much ever it was for this year, but I was like, I'm just going to do my uncle does a losers pool, so you pick which team's going to lose that week, and then you can't pick them again if you keep getting it right. So I'm going to try that one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but, I've lost, 4 or 5 years in a row in the fantasy football, so I'll let somebody else, I just want to get out of their way.
Sure.
I'll let somebody else do it this year.
You're just donating at this point. You might as well just hand Dan the 20 and just be over with.
I basically am. Straight from the old Wells Fargo checking account.
Yep.
Well, as the NFL season officially kicks off tonight, the latest data shows 19% of Americans 18 and older participate in fantasy sports. That is according to the Fantasy Sports and Gaming Association.
That's right. And they're also betting big bucks. And Jen Sullivan looks at the booming industry and the warning from experts on gambling responsibly.
It's a billion-dollar industry, online sports betting. And with the start of the NFL season, many fans will be creating fantasy football leagues and betting on games.
We certainly see the most traffic on our platform during NFL season.
Lori Kalani with DraftKings says more users are signing up every year. Gaming is now legal in almost all 50 states, with gaming revenue reaching $115 billion last year, according to the American Gaming Association. They're projecting Americans to wager $30 billion this year on the NFL season alone.
Gambling is an activity that is overwhelmingly a positive experience for players, and the vast majority of individuals that place a wager or go to a casino to play a slot machine or a table game do so responsibly.
Joe Maloney with the AGA warns that chasing losses is when fun can turn into a problem. A recent national survey of registered voters found 68% of people who bet on sports online reported at least one gambling behavior that's considered harmful. Many betting sites like DraftKings have special tools to help users gamble responsibly.
We launched My Budget Builder, which is a personalized step-by-step process that customers can walk through to really personalize the way they want to set up those limits or even alerts and reminders.
Experts also warn users to only place bets on sites that are legitimate. Check your local state's gaming control board or americangaming.org.
You know you are in a legal app if you are asked to verify your age and identity, which oftentimes requires the disclosure of a driver's license number or a social security number.
If you or someone you know thinks they have a gambling problem, you can call 1-800-GAMBLER for help. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
It definitely, it can be a lot of fun gambling.
Yeah.
You and I both know, but you gotta set your limits and you gotta be very careful because it can get out of hand real quick.
As long as you know it's entertainment.
Yes, exactly.
Well, hey, if you need help making a betting decision, maybe you just need a lobster. In a decade-long tradition, people look forward to every year in Belfast, Maine. You got Passy Pete, who is back. The lobster made his annual appearance to predict whether we'll see 6 more weeks of summer or an early winter, and Pete was thrilled to announce that we will get 6 more weeks of summer.
There we go.
Hey, thank you, Pete. After that, Pete is then released back into the bay until next year, apparently.
We don't need the groundhog anymore. Let's keep Pete around.
Bring on the lobster. Tasty, too. We'll see you in a bit.
Hey there, before we go today, a 5-year-old wandered from his Florida home early one summer morning here, Ryan, all to get breakfast at a nearby Chick-fil-A. Concerned staff called the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. Body cam video shows the boy eating with one of the Chick-fil-A managers, and boy, William's parents were surprised to learn about their son's adventure when they brought him back home. He was just trying to get some food with the manager, you know?
Man, I got to tell you, sometimes those Chick-fil-A nuggets are they're too tasty. But also the importance of that story, too. It sounds like he didn't necessarily know his address, but he knew what his home looked like and which direction it was.
Okay.
So it sounds like the sheriff's office, too, wants families out there just to remind your kid what their last names are and what their address is.
Especially with school starting, everyone going out in the world now, you got to know that stuff.
New directions. Yep. Hey, finally in Wisconsin, if you needed something to smile about today, look no further than 2 golfers who just celebrated a major accomplishment. They have played together at 71 courses in 71 Wisconsin counties. It sounds like there are 72 Wisconsin counties. However, the 72nd one that was not named does not have a single golf course.
Oh my gosh, who wants to live there? That sounds horrible. Hopefully it's not in the Northland.
I don't
we'll find that out.
If you are.
I apologize if that is in this area.
We apologize.
Yes, thank you for joining us here today. We love you all.
We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great Thursday.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.